Alright, so here we go with another video on the micro sprint. Although a slight change of plans, I know I had mentioned wanting to do fuel injection, which I really do. I'm kind of eager. However, I think it's going to be smarter to tie up some loose ends, such as the chain and sprocket, clutch cable, the shift linkage here. That way, once I do get some stuff set up, it'll be ready to go. It does bother me a little bit not being able to do the injection right now because I've got a lot of questions that I need to get figured out, but I just need to slow down a little bit and take care of some necessary things first. So let's start with the chain and sprocket. Chain and sprocket are done. I've got the tensioner on there, which will come later, but now I want to get the clutch set up. I've got the cable runner over there underneath the floorboard above the frame rail, and when I put this on, I want to make sure that I don't have any tension on it because I do not want the clutch pack to drag. And the tension on the clutch is something I will have to double check later as we get closer to running this thing. Alright, well, small issue that we will have to look into. Doesn't seem like there's any pressure from the clutch behind this lever. At first there was, but once I was able to get it to this position to get the cable on, I think the plates might have stuck, which kind of makes sense because the motor's been sitting for a while without any oil in it. So let's see what we can figure out there. Okay, so I'm gonna start with removing this cover here, which is our clutch actuator. There's a rod behind here that engages the clutch pack on the other side. Two things that I'm noticing right away are this push rod. It should be extended out about 7 more millimeters, and that's just compared to when I have it in the older motor there. And then also, if I look inside the oil fill here, you can see that gap in there, which is roughly that 7 millimeters. So I think, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take that cover off and see if I can get the pressure plate to sit where it needs to sit. Clutch cover is now off. You can kind of see that gap that has me concerned. I currently have the transmission in neutral, which nothing is connected in the transmission, no gears. But let me drop it into gear. Okay. And we can see that outer pressure plate is spinning while I'm pushing on the tire, but it's not grabbing any other of the friction plates. So I think this might have just become a clutch video. So I have to figure out why that pressure plate is not closing in. Being that I have the cover off, I can get access to this crank bolt. Turn the crank over. Should turn that motor over. Okay. Let's see if that clutch, for whatever reason, will kick back in from rotating. Does not seem to be doing the trick. I think I may have figured it out, but before I try and fix anything, this pressure plate, this guy here on the outside, has teeth which need to be lined up with some teeth on the basket. It's kind of hard to see there. That's a good view. And I think when I tried to put the clutch lever on, I extended it too far. And when I extended it too far, it slipped out. So let's see if I can make that adjustment and get it back into its proper spot. Real quick, I'll fill you in on what I'm working on. This is the lever that pulls on the cable. Inside here there is a cam that will rotate. And that cam pushes on this barrel. I stuffed some paper towel in there to try and get some extra, I guess, distance, if you will, out of it when I pull it, so that when it rises, it'll push that pin on the clutch further than what it's intended to try and get the pressure plate to rotate back to where it needs to be. Right now I've got the arm back on for the clutch cable. Seems pretty tight. I'm gonna see if I can push it in and hopefully free up this pressure plate. Oh, yep, come on. There it is. Oh. Now that I have that gap closed up, I think if I come in here to rotate the crank, I've got it in first gear. Oh, look at that, everything spins. Isn't that nice? And I can see my wheels spinning because I have the chain connected. Oh, it's a good day. All right. It did, however, cost me about a $20 gasket, so I'll have to get one of those on order, but we can move forward. Not only will I be getting a new gasket for that clutch cover, but I will also be replacing this makeshift case saver with one from Joe's Racing Products. Not sponsored, but I do want to make sure that my engine here stays alive because it is not cheap to replace. So I'd rather spend $50 on this case saver than have to get a whole new engine. Hopefully it'll be easier this time around because I did disconnect it on the hand control side, which will make this side easier to get in. Then I'll just have to worry about getting the cable back in on the hand control side of things. And I do believe I can remove this. This was the original ground strap. I'll probably just end up getting that out of the way eventually. Now all I have to do is fine tune and adjust it. Clutch cable installed. I've got just enough free play in there. And then also, this is the free play I have here before it fully engages. So that should be enough to engage and disengage those clutch plates. And we should be set. Now, because race cars are unpredictable sometimes, it did take me longer to get that clutch figured out, but we did. We got it figured out, assembled, clutch cable installed. So with that being said, I'm gonna cut it here, get the video edited. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Send it to somebody who also likes race cars. I'm trying to grow this channel to at least 1,000 subscribers. We'll see you on the next video.